Namaste, welcome to Santidas Yoga, Yoga for Peacemakers on this Friday. And this yoga session will be about anger. Now, what does anger have to do with yoga, you might ask? Well, one person asked me, can I participate even if I'm not angry? Yes, you can. And I just wanted to explore the issue of anger as something that sometimes bunches up in our body, in our system, and questioning about what to do with that anger and how to transform that anger as a form of growth, for compassion, and maybe even love. So this whole anger issue for me personally is about really a preoccupation on different types of issues that basically limit my experience of freedom, personal freedom. And this has something to do with maybe conflicts I work on, or conflict with individual persons. It has something to do with anxiety, something to do with the fear of failure, and maybe also the fear of abandonment. So all of us, probably all of us, struggle with these type of issues once in a while. And these are what I would call our sort of inner demons. And these sort of demons are very much part of our mind. They are not real in one sense or manifest, but they are real in our inner existence. And if we do not work with these sort of demons and these forces, they will eat us up from inside. They will take up all of our energy. So instead of giving that force and that power to those inner demons and letting them eat us up and take up our energy or project that anger towards others, one of the ways of dealing with that is to befriend that demon and work with it, him or her, or feed that demon. And that comes from a Buddhist practice called Feeding Our Demons by Tsultrim Allione, if you want to interest yourself a little bit more into that philosophy. And we practice it today. So we start this practice by lying down on the floor in a typical Shavasana position, where you just slowly go and lie down for 3 to 4 minutes, fully letting your body melt into the mat. Let your feet fall outside. Take your arms slightly out. Close your eyes. And let that day and maybe that week slip away from you, almost like a second skin. And then put your hands onto your belly and feel your belly come and go, rise and fall. Examine your jaw and the tension there. Feel your shoulder blades. Your hips are getting heavy and open. And see whatever comes, and what comes, don't judge that is coming. Just let it go again. Just observe what is still nagging, maybe. Still sticking. And whatever it is, just let it go. Feel the shoulders getting heavy. And just consciously let go of each muscle. You don't need to hold on to anything at this moment. Don't have to do anything. Don't have to wait for anything. Just breathe. Feel the belly rise and fall. And embrace yourself in this moment of peace that is coming. Keep your mouth slightly open. Open your mind, feel that tension in the brain is also going away. And then slowly open your hands again and wing them out. Stay here. And then very slowly open your eyes again. Bend your knees and bring them close to your buttocks. Turn to your right side. And then slowly push yourself up into a sitting position. Putting your hands in front of your heart, lowering your head, and we begin this yoga practice by chanting the mantra Om just once. Inhale. So we begin this practice with a few more yang-like postures, and we begin this practice first by, as usual, rooting ourselves by feeling the feet, putting your feet of course firmly off the ground, but actually trying to wing out your toes as well. In this mountain pose, putting your shoulders back, rolling them back, opening your hands, seeing whether you can push your hips a little bit forward and make everything super tight in the body, including your face, everything tight, 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 tight. And you let go. Shake out a moment. And we do that 2 more times. Put your feet again, plant yourself onto the ground, open your hands up, pushing your shoulders down, kneecaps up, buttocks are tight. When you go tight, 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 and you let go. Shake a bit. And we do this one more time. Hold your feet hip-width apart, firmly grounding them. Now you know what you have to do. Push your shoulders down, your chest is open. You hold it, you hold it, you hold it. You're tight, 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 tight. And you let go. And the next time we will just stay in this mountain pose, sort of between loose and tight, in the golden middle. Mountain pose, Tadasana. It's a very powerful pose if you want to find out where you're standing at this moment, so you can close your eyes in this posture, see whether your head is really above your heart. Your hands are open towards the sun, and you feel the strength that's coming from within the mountain. You're building that mountain, you feel it from inside and from outside, and just see how strong that mountain feels today, how stable you are, how you look like as a mountain. And just breathe through it, that posture. You can use Ujjayi breath, where you breathe through the nose and then you make your throat small and compressed and let the air pass through that, therefore slowing down the mental movement, and you let go. The next posture, I'm going to, even though it is not winter, to chop wood. So you are going to place your feet a little more than hip width apart and putting your hands and interlace them together. And we're going to lift them up and put them down again as if you're chopping wood. And with each time chopping it, you're releasing with the tone, wah, just to let go some of the tension. And so you inhale, rise, wah, wah, 3, and wah, 2 more, wah. One more time, wah. And you come down. Stand a few seconds in Tadasana, just very loose now. Feel the energy circulating. Notice what's happening. And open your eyes again. So the next posture is that it's almost like sort of rotating and throwing like in Olympia, like a ball. And you're holding your hands like this, interlaced again. You're holding them between your legs again. And then you go and move your hands all the way up over your head and all the way down again. Let go. And we do this 5 times, a little bit faster. Inhale. 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 And you let go. Slowly come up. Stay a moment here. Feel, close your eyes. And we do the same thing on the other side. So again, putting your hands together, interlace them, and we do just the other side. So inhale, up, and let go. Inhale, And let go. Inhale. Inhale. Make nice circles if you can. Inhale, 2 more. And inhale. And you let go. And then slowly roll up. And stand in mountain pose one more time. Feel what's there, close your eyes. This practice is very good for closing eyes because it's slow. Going into warrior number 1, putting your right foot forward, the left foot back, slightly turned out, putting your knee above your ankle, make sure you're safe here. And we're going into that warrior 1 pose, opening our heart, going up with both your hands, look up your hands, arms straight, heels down. You can lift it up if it's too difficult, but try to push it down. And open your heart. Maybe you can look up, maybe not, doesn't matter. Just feel the strength of that warrior. And open your heart, bend your arms, look up, and just open and bend backwards a little bit. And then come up again with both arms. And step forward, arms down. Exhale always in between. Normal breathing, and we go back the other leg. That's this one. So, right. Or just leave your head looking towards the front and breathe. And come forward. We're beginning now our yin practice. So you can, the rest of the postures are all on the mat. There's no more standing postures. It might be useful to have a block, a strap, a bolster, maybe blanket with you. First posture is the posture of the child, in which you're going to try maybe to identify and see your demons. So you can open your knees a little bit, or you can close them, whatever works for you, and see whether you can just bend over with your hands back and just lie down. If you can, with your head on the floor. If you need, you can also just use a block. You let your shoulders just drop down. And you just let go. Feeling that energy, letting it go. And seeing within yourself whether there is or has been anger, whether there is or has been this little demon or big demon within you. Just check whether you can see it, whether it looks like anything or anybody. Whether it has a color or a shape. And just watch that without judging. Don't have to do anything. Just stay in that posture and let go. Feel that inside. That force within. That's all still. And just there for you to explore. And notice. Where is that thing that expresses anger? How does it manifest itself? How does that anger look like? How do I express anger? Am I loud? Am I still? Just watch. And then very slowly, you bring your arms back underneath your shoulder. And then lift your head up. Give yourself a smile, lift up your buttocks and stretch out your feet. You might want to turn them a little bit. I don't know whether you have seen anything, whether you have discovered already or seen that animal or thing, the demon. And if you have a candle in front of you, you push it away. You're opening your legs as wide as you can. So some people can go all the way in one line, others can't, especially those who are sitting a lot these days. It doesn't really matter, this is functional yoga, how wide or how close you can get. What happens very often is that here in your hips and your buttocks you have a lot of interesting things stored up, and we're going to try to explore how we can loosen that. So you can put a block in front of you anyways, or you can use a bolster. We're going to bend down now in this postures, looking forward. Maybe you can take your hands down and go forward, or you can just sort of start to very in a transition, go and move forward. If this is too hard for you and basically you can only go this much, then it's this much. It's just fine. You do and experience that posture all in different ways. So see what you can experience in different parts of this journey. So we're going for 3 minutes, and I'm going to place this block in front of me and put my forehead on. Toes can go up or can turn inwards, whatever feels right for you, whatever happens. You don't do the shape, but you receive the shape. This is the practice of yin yoga. You can put your head on that block or lower or higher. If you want, you can put your palms up. And start to always use your breath as a guide to show you where you are standing at this moment or sitting. The depth of your relaxation, the depth of your movement, the depth of your letting go. If you want to continue your conversation with that anger or the demon within you, you could maybe examine it, walk around it, visualize it, and greet it very carefully. And maybe go even deeper in the posture while you're at this. How do you look like that you make me so angry? What does it look like? Where is my conflict? And you let go of those tight spots within you. And very slowly, even slower than usual, you come all the way up. Open your eyes, lean back, and let those legs come back. Feeling the nice extension, and see whether you can rebound by just winging Now you're dragging legs or windshield wipers from the left to the right, maybe shaking them out, those opened tissues. And we continue this practice with a half butterfly. So we bend that left foot close to the left perineum. If you have a knee issue, just leave it open a little bit, or you can even just stay in this open position like we had before, a little bit less. We're just going to bend over 2 to 3 minutes to the right side, turning our heart towards the right knee, and just looking at our foot a little bit, letting it go so it doesn't automatically fall in a tense position, and just again letting your elbows drop, or putting them on pillows or blocks if they don't go down all the way. We just want to go and access that meridian and just let go. And take that posture, take its own shape. It's like your body is just falling into it. The perfect asana posture is the one where you can breathe peacefully. And where you can feel something. So if you don't feel something, so maybe you want to go a little bit further and put your chin towards your chest a little bit, so you feel all your backside being nicely stretched. Feeling the hamstring. And if you want, you can continue that conversation with that force within you that some of us call anger. Letting go, breathing here, feeling your lower back, back side of the leg, and maybe even going a little bit deeper, but just consciously letting your head drop a little bit further. And slowly retreat from this position, lifting your head first, looking towards your foot, drawing back your elbows, and slowly building yourself up again. Sighing backwards, shifting again your back. I was waiting to let the body rebound a little bit, shaking your legs, and then bending, going slowly into the other position, bending the right foot, extending the left. Again, you can adjust the position just as you need. Maybe settle first into it. Maybe you need a little bit of time before you go here. It's a beautiful posture, working on the liver meridian. Again, you can place your hands, palms facing upwards. Maybe it feels uncomfortable and you just want to stay with your hands like this on the floor with extended arms. See whether you can just still not have a straight back, just let it round and fold and bend very naturally without any force nor muscular effort, as we want to access our deep tissues. And those deep tissues are beyond the muscular tissues. issue with the tissue. And you deeper your breath and more calm, the more you will access this posture. Again, close your eyes. This is an inner journey. And if you want, you continue that conversation with that place, that thing we call anger. Maybe that anger is expressed because there is an unfulfilled need. What is that unfulfilled need? Where is this unfulfilled need? And who needs it? Is it me, the adult, or me as a child? What is the demon asking? And then very slowly, even more slowly than you're slow, you come up, slowly crawl back, lean back, release your back, and come back to a sitting position. Maybe you want to lift your buttock up and down for a moment, just to get that energy whirling again. Allow yourself for a rebound before we go into a full butterfly posture. Again, a bit of a forward bend for 2-3 minutes. So there you just don't have to put your feet really close if you feel uncomfortable. For those of you who have tight hips, you can put blocks underneath your knees. For those who enjoy that letting go in the hips, you can just leave it there as well without anything. You don't have to open or close anything. Remember, you fold in the shape. Basically, you're shaping this yourself, and because you're closing your eyes, you don't even see your shape. Only from within. And again, see whether you can bend your elbows and put your hands onto the floor. Again, if that's difficult, use your blocks or a bolster. Just make yourself comfortable. Let your head drop. Maybe even round it a bit more. Put your chin towards the chest and just settle into this posture. And so the journey goes on. Let your head drop as much as you can. Feel your breath coming in and out. Close your eyes, relax your jaw. And meet again that beautiful thing. Call it the demon or that anger issue or something. And see, maybe that you can feed it with something so it isn't so angry anymore. But before you can do that, you might have to ask what that is. So you can ask that issue or that thing or the demon, what do you want? What do you need from me to make you well again, so you don't eat me up? Don't use my energy, I give you what you need. What is it that you want? And go deeper in the posture. Let your knees drop. Your head drops even further. The chin goes towards the chest. Shoulders are opening. And the breath becomes deeper and deeper. And you turn around your hands and push yourself slowly up. Look up with a smile, and then you come all the way back. Your knees together. Extend. Maybe go up and down again. Swing around with your hips. Just feel nice circulation of energy of that demon who's being fed now. The next posture is about opening even up a little bit further, and for that you could use a blanket, or you can just put pillows underneath your knees. I'm putting up that blanket really wide, even though I don't have very open hips these days. And we're doing a frog posture. So you're putting your hands underneath your shoulders. First we're doing a few cat-cows. You could look up and round your back and go down and exhale. And you go up. You round your back and you exhale. And stretch nicely and you go up. And you exhale. And then you open your knees. You stay with your knees underneath your hips and you just stay here for a moment and feel, oh, am I feeling anything? Maybe not. Maybe you can go a little bit further, and maybe a little bit further, and maybe a little bit further. Some can go all the way down and open their hips. The knee is exactly on the same sort of plane than your hip. And you stay here, you're putting your hands underneath your shoulders a little bit closer together, and just like open your throat for a moment and just sway back and forth, feeling and oiling those hip joints. And usually what I like to do is here is an angry lion, but since we are not angry anymore, maybe we can do a gentle lion, but just opening up and gently sticking out your tongue and war. And then that lion comes and becomes the frog. You're putting your elbows down underneath your shoulders, and you start to feel maybe your hips nicely stopping somewhere where the bone is. Maybe also feel your extension of your muscles and see whether you can access now your deep tissue. You can, if this is too low, you can again put your elbows onto blocks, or some people can go all the way down and lie down on your heart. And whatever it is, it's the right thing. As long as you feel something, put your head down and just stay there for a moment. This is where a lot of anger issues come up with me. It's a very intense posture. So enjoy it. Explore that edge, and then once you have that edge, let even go further and find the next edge. And we're not fighting against that edge, but going with it, letting it be there. And remember, you can always, if you are in pain or this is too intense, back up. You can stay wherever you are. Stay still, which is the practice of Yin Yoga. To access the depth of your tissues and your inner being. And it is time to come up now, pushing your hands up again. And now slowly coming out by bringing your knees close. Maybe some anger has even resolved itself like this. Sitting down again. Just checking on the time whether I can still do a few postures. We're going to do a twist now, but just wait for a moment and rebound first into your original shape before going yet in another one. It's so often in our lives where we just finish one thing and immediately run into another one and don't experience any learning or any reflection. Next posture is a twist, so you can just go and lie down, slowly rolling your spine down, feeling the full surface again of the body, lifting up both of your feet, maybe shaking them out, maybe even pushing a little bit of energy into your buttocks, coming up again. And now we are wrapping our left foot over our right if we can. Maybe you can even make an eagle pose. If not, you just leave them in one single wrap. And I'm going with that left knee that is over to the right side. So I'm just gonna fall down very slowly. You can put a block underneath your knee. If it's too much, you can also just let go. If your shoulder is being lifted up, you can also put a block underneath. Or you just don't do anything. You just see where that shape, where that posture wants to go. You can also put your hand onto your knee If you want to have a little bit more, you can put your left arm onto your shoulder, onto your belly, holding on. And then when you have reached the posture, you just stay there. Silently. Feeling the release and depth of the stretch. Beauty of the posture. And see how much further you can go with each breath, releasing a little bit to each side, the left or the right. Maybe turning your head towards the other side of the legs. Letting go of your jaw, and certainly letting go of your eyes. Turning your look and your regard inside. But now you can really feel that you might have been able to let go a little bit more. Enjoy the depth of the stretch. Allow yourself to breathe through that posture. Take an inhalation and come back towards, with the body towards the full back. Let go of your left leg. Maybe swing around a little bit in windshield wiper before we go and take the next posture. You go up with both of your feet again. Shake them out. And now we go with the right leg over the left. We wrap them around like an eagle and let it slowly fall towards the left side. The left side. Maybe your shoulder is up now. If you're a little bit stiff in your back, also it's me due to my recent lots of sitting. And you can decide whether either your knees want to go down and your shoulders up, or whether you want to have your shoulder fully down and your knees a little bit up, or maybe both of them are actually nicely stretched already and you can just let go. Look towards maybe the other side, close your eyes and just let go. Closing your eyes and letting go, and maybe holding onto your knee with one hand, maybe holding your shoulder with the other hand. Feel different and better. Everything is okay. You can just also unwrap your knees as well if that's more comfortable. Just pull onto your knee and put that up a little bit. Easing into the twist, feeling the release. And whatever comes, you just let it come and let it in if it belongs here, and if it doesn't, you just let it go again, because it's not the time yet. And then again, very slowly, you come back and release from that. Nice release in your lower back. You can roll onto your lower back and swing around. Maybe move your legs a little bit, and be preparing for our last posture, which is a wonderful posture in which we can now open our heart for new things. And there you can use a bolster, and the bolster, you put it on the, oops, I have to attach this first, on the floor, or maybe not attach it. And you're just lying it down on the mat like this. I don't have a strap. If you do have a strap, you can just bind it around your feet, like holding your feet together, then letting them all the way through your inner thighs, and just binding it here behind your back. It's just holding you and giving you a little bit of extra security. You can put also your blocks to the left and right side of your knees. There's a magic strap coming right here. So you're putting your strap around your feet, binding it behind you. And then just tying it together. You don't need to do that if you don't have one. It's just something that's comfortable for some. If you have a blanket, take it. Maybe I should have said that before. Now, what we're trying to do is that we're just going to open ourselves, offering ourselves in this universe. And there's also a blanket coming up. Wrap yourself, make yourself comfortable. You're opening your hips, and you're putting your bolster sort of in the middle of your lower back. If you have a bolster, otherwise you use pillows or blocks with a blanket on it. And you go slowly down, lie down onto that bolster, and you already feel that your heart is being open, your chest is open. And you can just open your arms here and let go totally in this last posture. Close your eyes. Absolutely release at this moment. Sink in this posture. There's no restraint whatsoever. Just melt into the posture. And maybe now is the time to say goodbye to that demon and let it rest. Let that demon go. And offer that you can always come back to. Give him or her what it wants, just in case. Feel the breath coming in and out of the body. Nothing else. Invite yourself to emptiness, total silence. Make sure you have your mouth slightly open and nothing hold you back. Stay for a few moments still and let the breath breathe your body. Releasing, just releasing. Let the things that don't belong here just go away again peacefully. Stay a few more moments in this emptiness. And if you want, very slowly, you can put your arms onto your belly, your hands onto your belly. Feel that softness of the belly. Just remember that softness of the belly. And then very slowly you're putting your knees together, not still lying down. Maybe wiggling yourself out of the strap, maybe not, just put your knees together and slowly open your eyes. Very slowly. You can now turn towards the side. Just wait a moment before you come back in this world, and then sit up. Spend a moment here to bring us back to this place. Sit up straight. And putting your hands in front of your heart, lowering the head in gratitude and in full compassion to that force within. Lower your head and inhale. Namaste. See you next Friday, 6 o'clock. Yoga for Peacemakers. Oops.